Tunisia. Both teams have celebrated and sang their national anthems loud and proud. And these two teams met back in November 2025 in that first window over 8 months ago, where Tunisia got that overtime win. It was an excellent game. I mean, it went back and forth. It was a 10-point game in the end, 88-78, where Tunisia scored 15 points in that overtime win and kept Nigeria to just 5 points. Now, saying that, this is a completely different Nigerian team, only one member returning and a new coach. We'll talk about them soon as we see Tunisia here warming up on their side. They have 5 guys returning from the last window, and the biggest one we need to talk about is number 24, Omar Bada, who was excellent. I mean, he was unstoppable, especially in that overtime win. Dropped 5 3-pointers out of 11, scored 29 points and 3 rebounds. He's averaging, and 6 assists. Here's Nigeria's starting lineup, and the only one that I wanted to pick out, and he's not on there, is number 5, Stan Okoye. But another big bright spark is number 1 there, Ike Iebu, who hasn't played with the team since AfroBasket 2021. He's one to watch for sure. Talking about a new guy on the block that has plenty of experiences, David there, Mantabol, who is assistant in the NBA with the Wizards and is taking on this job as his team is down. Only won 1 game in the last window back in November. But this is the thing, it's a long journey to qualify for the World Cup in Qatar. Here's the Tunisian starting lineup, and some returners from the new block, but also it's number 24, Omar. He's going to be one to watch. Also number 23, Lihiani, which I thought was a great guy. He had 10 rebounds in that game. There's head coach Mohammed, where they found Lihiani down low. He's one of their key pieces. They've also got a nice veteran piece in Mokhtar, but really it's about Omar, who is unstoppable. But this is a brand new Nigerian team. Like I said, only 1 guy returns back from the last window, but that was 8 months ago. A lot of these guys have played, but back in 2021, like I said, Ike has. So a lot to look forward to, as there's a lot of new pieces. I'll also look for number 11, Metu. When I was having a look, he's one to watch. Choose your hero, in fact, on the FIBA Basketball World Cup website. He was one of the guys who, hasn't played with the team since 2023, the Olympic pre-qualifiers, so over 2 years. So I'm interested to see how head coach David has got his team together. Loads of new pieces, loads of new offense. This is a tough tournament, the African qualifiers, just because they've got to get so many games in a short space of time. They don't travel like the other, like say the Europeans. They travel to each country. They just pick a sweet spot, where it's Angola. Last window was in Tunisia, which their fans were really massive for them to get that overtime win. And they should be Tunisia second in the table. Guinea and Rwanda have just finished up their game today. We didn't get to see those scores, but Guinea won massively as we count down the last minute until game time. Guinea are 3-0 in this group C. 89-63, absolutely dominated Rwanda. So this is a big win, especially if Nigeria can move to 2-2 and keep Tunisia at 2-2. So big stakes on the line as both teams make their way out to centre court to get the game on the way. Well, welcome everyone to the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers as Nigeria wins the jump ball. They're in their home greens, well, their away greens as Tunisia breaks that first play up. They're in their home whites. Here they go, moving the ball from one side to the other. Shinoni over. This is our guy, Omar. Quick little trigger there with the clock winding down, and they're first to tick over the scoreboard. And Maheni with that bucket. And good, tough defense, making it very difficult around the paint. Now another three. Can they go back to back? No, back of the iron. Here comes Nigeria. Only a foul it is. Agada there, trying to get something. Shanofi with his first foul. So out of bounds on the side here. Iwandu gets the ball in. Yebu is their guy and is the one we said we wanted to watch with the pigtails. But still empty. The scoreboard is wrong. Tunisia should have 3 points. We'll get that sorted for you. Omar. Little handoff pass. Is this an and one? It is. And here we thought Omar Abada was going to shoot it, but good decision. Look at the seal from the big man. Bashir Ben doing his work very early. He's a returner from the last window 8 months ago. Had two points and 3 rebounds in their win versus Nigeria. That went into overtime. Hopefully we only need 40 minutes to decide a winner here. Here's a drive and a kick. And then he lost the ball. Another quick trigger, trying to find something to go, and they still haven't ticked over the scoreboard. There we go. That's 5 points there. We figured it out. 9 seconds. This is good patience, a nice little dime, and everything's going right for Tunisia as they go on a lovely 7-0 start here. Nigeria needs to just settle into this game. And it's stolen. They've got numbers, 4 on 2. Can they capitalize? This might have to be a timeout if they score. No. They want a basket interference. Head coach Mohamed Adel asking, hey, he hit the backboard as the basket went up. Let's have a look. This isn't the play. So sideline, well now baseline, excuse me. So a wonderful start for Tunisia. Everything looking good, great off of Maheni was not looking for the ball and it gets hit off of his leg, so a turnover. But a full court press here. Rebel slicing down, and he loses the ball. Agada throws it up and rocks it in. That's the way to get themselves going. Akabondu Diego with his first bucket. He's another guy that I didn't have time to mention for the Tigers. Lovely piece as he gets it. Now they get a steal. Here comes Nigeria. This is the momentum that they needed. And another back-to-back slam. And that just might settle Nigeria into this game. It took them a fair few minutes to get on the score. It should be 7-4. And another steal. This is 3 steals in a row, and a foul is going to be on the floor. Good foul to stop transition. You wonder with the foul, there's the slam. Those are just lovely energy plays. Then the putback. Cody Ritchie with his first 4 points. Joining the team, like I said, only 1 returner to this Nigerian team. And that's Stan Okoye. He hit that massive 3 8 months ago to put the game into overtime. I'll let you know when he enters the game. Well, here's a quick 3 and an answer back, and they rattle it in. And that's concerning because that's one of the top guys. Bada, he knows how to make it rain. Can they answer back? No. Nice backdoor, misses the pass though. Good defense, and another turnover. And these are gonna start to add up after that lovely start. That's their 4th turnover here in just 4 minutes. Subs coming in, and here's Stan Okoye, number 5 on this left-hand side. Nice little drive. Here he is. Quick trigger. I speak of him, and he lets me know that he's in the game. Okoye knocks down his first shot of the day. That's a lovely start. Always a good feeling. Come right off the bench and answer. This is going to be a foul. Good drive. Feras Eheni. Such a key piece for this Tunisia team. Only 4 points last game. There's that nothing but net from Okoye. He's averaging 13 points. Shoots just under 67%. Now that Rwanda game is excellent. Had 21 points, but he misses his free throw here, and they get to reset. That's a good offensive rebound. Moving the ball well. That's going to be a travel, I think. Yes. Slides his feet. Z-head Shinoni does a little dance move. Referee all over it. So another turnover for Tunisia. It's 5 now. It's starting to add up. This is a nice little drive. Can't get it to go. It's flicked up in the air. Tunisia's on their way. Trying to find a pass. Skips through and cool. There's another foul. Let's have a look here. It's just that swipe down that even though you think you didn't foul, those big action slaps, the referees are all over it. So Feras back to the free throw line. He missed his first 2. Knocks that one down. really a nice 1-2 punch with Omar Abada. When you got a nice big guy and then your point guard, I always think that's key in a nice magic formula. So Nigeria down 4, no need to panic early in the offense, but a little step back 3 here and splashes it in, and just like that, down 1. Great answer. You can feel the intensity just heating up for Nigeria now. They're switching on every play, trying to keep their hands moving. There's going to be a foul, too much on it. Was doing so well. Wes Iwondu. Look, just came forward. Easy call for the referees. So he will come out. Just trying to find a pass. Shot clock winding down, and there he is again. Feras Lihini starting to really warm up. So a missed bucket. Here they go. Quick trigger 3. No one on the boards, and they go down the other end super quick. There's the drive and the foul. So free throws coming up. So a little full court press here from Nigeria. Trying to keep this momentum and cut into this lead and sticking around. As Tunisia started this game on a 7-0 run. And now they're being tough. Look at this defense. Tunisia manages to get the ball over half, but now they've got 10 seconds to work with. Nevada can't get the finish. He's such a problem. Look how he just uses that little chicken wing to get round and gets to the rim. Omar is such a key player for this team, as he'll be disappointed as he misses that free throw. Shoots a high clip of 93%. Anyway, here comes Nigeria, trying to find something. That's a nice dump off, but gets blocked at the rim. gang defense from Tunisia, and it's hit out of bounds. And the Tunisians' defense at the rim, I must say, has been excellent. Really made it tough for Nigeria to score anything easy. There's a little mid-range jumper. No. Ripped away. Mako Wulu with that rebound. He runs the floor nicely. Good ball movement. Little fake. This is good from Nigeria. Floats in the air and stings like a bee. It's one of their best offensive plays yet, and here's a steal now. This might cause, oh, he shot someone. This might cause a timeout if I'm Tunisia, just to lose the ball. Well done to stick with that. 1 point game, 2 minutes 15 left. Foul's been called. I haven't figured out how to stop Omar. Abada always so slick and smooth with the ball. Look at this, see what I mean? Just that little hesitation and the crossover. This is the defense on the other end. There's their veteran, Mokhtar, into the game at 39 years old. He's represented Tunisia all the way back to 2010. Well, he's a fine Tunisian wine, as I like to call him, at nearly pushing 40 years old. So Nigeria down 3. And he loses the ball. It's the one-on-one down low. Little turnaround jumper. This is good offense from Nigeria, where they're just staying patient as Metu knocks it down. And this might be a jump ball. It is. It's all tied up. Agada does a good job to get his hands on it. Adnani is also in there, so lovely defense from Nigeria, able to just slow them out. Yusuf Diff into the game for Tunisia. Here is a shot, tries to get it. Nice rebound from the vet to reset them. Taking their time here. Now they've got 4 seconds. That might be an out of bounds. It is. Unfortunate for Diff. That's his first touch of the ball, and it's a turnover. And you just see that back toe there as they move. These turnovers are really costly for Tunisia, especially if Nigeria can capitalize on them. A foul, they're going to say offensive, yeah. Push in the back. Meko Wulu, easy call. When you extend those hands, so both teams over the limit. You can see those 4 red lights lit up under their names. So this next minute and 10 seconds, there'll be free throws coming. Akabondu Diego back into the game. He started off wonderfully with those 2 slams. Got Nigeria on the scoreboard. Is their veteran Mokhtar. Diaza. Free throws starting to be a problem for Tunisia, leaving those points out there. 6 from 12. Nigeria being patient. 6 on the clock. He decides to wind one up. And why not splash it in? That's a stunning move from Metu. Just got in a lovely rhythm. So Nigeria take the lead with that three-point shot. It's been the whole game. This might be a turnover. No, manages to keep it in. Gets it on the rim, and a foul's been called. And Diff is not only turned over the ball with his foot over that sideline, now he's fouled. So, like I said before, both teams over the limit. So Nigeria will walk the length of the floor. You can see him just come in there and hit Okoya. Yeah, Diff's got to go to the bench. So Okoya, one of the only standing players who was with the team 8 months ago, is the 2015 Afrobasket champion with Nigeria. So a lot of experience with the national team. Always need a veteran piece. He's been there, done that, as he knocks down both free throws. Takes a 3-point lead. So we're into the last 15 seconds of this quarter. And a foul. And yet again, Omar is giving Nigeria problems. He's picked up, forced Nigeria into 4 of these tight fouls where he's just poised. And he'll go to the free throw line. Omar Bada shoots in the 90s. This moves him to 8 points. Oh, misses it. Last 7 seconds here. Oh, nearly loses it. And he does, he turns it over. That's not what you want, especially when it's taking you the whole quarter to take the lead. Now you give Tunisia 3 seconds to tie this up or take the lead back. Full court press. You can hear head coach David Mantelbowl saying full court, and they get the steal. One last shot. No, looks too much. But a great first quarter, especially for Nigeria. It took them a while to settle into this game. Tunisia started on a 7-0 run, and they were able to combat that and have the lead at the end of the first. There it is, end of the first quarter. Tunisia 21, Nigeria 23. Well, I would say the biggest stat that we'll have to see, as we'll see there, 40% from Tunisia, 30 from the free throw line. Not great numbers for either, especially when they were over the limit. But Tunisia has 7 turnovers, guys, way too many, and Nigeria have been able to capitalize and score 8 points off of those turnovers. Here's the first quarter best plays. Well, like I said, the 7-0 perfect start from Tunisia. I thought their defense around the rim was excellent. And there was their first points from Akabondu, Diego, as he got 2 easy slams. And just kept pushing, got points in the paint, but still solid. That was Okoye. He came right off the bench, knocked that 3 down. So we got ourselves a game. Remember, this is a long road to the World Cup in Qatar. 16 teams fighting for only 5 spots in the World Cup 2027. But this window will be the end of the first round. So then 12 teams only go into the second round, and the top 3 teams of each group will then go on to the following window, which then is August, November, and March 27. We'll go ahead, scan the QR code, and keep up to date with all of the FIBA Basketball World Cup, especially the African qualifiers on courtside 1891. Just scan the QR code. Lots of games, fantastic games across the nations happening today. This is the time when you have multiple screens out, your TV screen, your laptop, and everything you can to watch everything at once. So only one lead change in Nigeria as the referees just go to the scorers table. They'll change it over. As crew chief from Egypt, Mir says, my fault. The possession arrow is going to Nigeria. So it's 23-21. Nigeria can add to this 2-point lead that they have managed to get. Iwondu tried to pass it over through that. Don't know if I love that offense. Need just a bit more movement, swing from one side to the other. Tunisia taking their time. Here's the drive, wide open lane. And the vet piece. Oh no, excuse me. That's Toomey. Toomey is still one of the guys that we like to watch. Nice little fake resets, can't get it to go. That's Metu. So Tunisia, look how much concentration and guys on Nigerian defense pay to Omar Abanda. So that's why that wide open shot from Toomey was there, because they couldn't rotate in time. Little skip through and a foul. And Ike. Yerebu, this is a little concerning. Hopefully just rubs that one off. Glad to see him standing up. Just kind of got knocked there. He hasn't played for Nigeria since 2021, Afrobasket. So he has represented Nigeria across his chest, and I know fans were excited to see him back on this roster, because boy, he is an excellent player. Great speed, able to get to the rim whenever he wants, and knocks those free throws down. Diff, little hangs in the air. That's a nice basket. Sorry, I stand corrected. I think that was Mohammed Nafif. Just double check that, but he went so fast. Yeah, it was. So here's Omar Abada trying to find a pass. He gets one. 9 seconds to work with. Broken up from Nigeria. Here they come. There's a foul, easy to call, and one. And all you could do is put your hand up and say, yep, that was me. Toomey is the culprit. You can see there that bump. So 28 apiece. Knew this was going to be a good game the last time they were together. That's a nice pass. It went into overtime. Wonderful finish. Lefnani, the easy layup, did his work early. Trying to find some sort of answer. Oh, could be a turnover. Lucky. There two needed to come up earlier. Trying to find something. Turning over. Nice little step through. Can't get it to go. Iwundu, and long three-pointer, but gets the rebound again. Iwundu, that's a good job. Now they go down low. Metu out for another long three. And I think Nigeria can get that three whenever they want here. Tunisia driving down the middle. And the biggest problem that Nigeria no doubt would have known, and at the top of the scouting report, because Omar Abada gave them a lot of problems. 29 points. He's averaging 19. Rogbu goes to the bench. And Agabda will come in for Nigeria. But this man here, great point guard, 6'2", so much experience. It's causing them problems. But also what's so not liking is this free throw issue. Of how much problems he causes them. Needs to knock these down. He's 4 from 7. And that one goes. Moves to 8 points. There's Ike. Yeah, Boo nearly turns it over, and he does. Urebu just doing a little bit too much. You can get that whenever you want. The defense smothering him. Look at everyone kind of stepping at him. Move the ball, then get it back and go for it. That kind of one-on-one Tunisia are ready for, and just load it up. Nice little pass. This is good give and go, and Tunisia basketball at its finest. Feras Lahini, yet again, that's how he causes a lot of teams problems. They have this kind of like give and go, and then he's slashing to the basket. Rugby back into the game. Free throws, bit of a struggle party. 8 from 16 now, so just 50% from the line, especially when you're only up by a few points. You need all these free throws you can get. It goes 1 from 2. Tunisia are no stranger to the champions back in 2017. In fact, they were AfroBasket champions. They know what they're doing here is they get the rebound from the air ball. They push the ball. Quick three. It's the iron. Nice little pass, but broken up. And that's what they've been wonderful at today. Their defense around the paint, little drop off, duck, and the fake as his glasses gets knocked off. Metu falls for this fake. Look at this. This is so smart. Ferris Yeheni knew that Metu wanted to block his shot, so just that patience and poise around the rim as Iwandu comes into the game for Metu as his fouls are starting to stack up. Knocks that down. He's 4 from 7 this evening from the line. Doing a great job today. Even, you know, I'd like him to score more from the free throw line, but still being effective, being aggressive as he knocks both of them down. He's got 4 rebounds. As a timeout is being called, as Tunisia have extended this lead to 6. Remember, they started so well at the start of this game. I mean, doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. Anyway, timeout.
That's why the guy can be at the nail. That's why there's nowhere to drive. Okay, you have to help each other. So you have to cut and slide. You have to. If you don't, that's when we're going to turn the ball over. If you do, you might get an open 3. So get your ass to the corner and get to the opposite corner from the corner. All right.
There we go. Then down here, KO, you're gonna run up like you're gonna set the pick, but I want you to wrap back and get west. Okay. Right there, we're going out that way. If you can get him there. Huh? I'm back there. Who was out there? Oh, okay, that's you. Yeah. Oh, that's D.
So the guys heading back onto the floor, and Maktar there speaking his veteran leadership is so important to his 2 main guys. So let's see what Nigeria drew up in their timeout. They said the coach talked about Wes Iwandu, number 25 for Nigeria. Doesn't get that wrap around, so the ball is stuck. Corner 3, and they make something out of nothing as Owotumi into the game. Knocks that down, but they answer right back. This is not good enough from Nigeria. Wonderful from Omar Abada. You know what he's like. And shouts for and 1 as he finishes. Uchenna, Rogbo, tough basket. So going back and forth here, both teams filling it up in this second quarter. Here's Dip at Nathif, excuse me. And he rattles that one in. Better get his name right because he's hooping right now. Mohammed drops that one in. Here's the mid-range jumper. No. Little drop-off pass, and this is the problem. And it's been a problem all afternoon. That 1-2 punch between them two. Who do you stop? Look at that, easy call. Ferris Yeheni has done a good job all day where he's able to pick and roll. So he's back to the free throw line. Knocks that one down. This will be his 9th and 10th free throw. So Ferris Yeheni at the line, and also Omar Abada have really been the 2 guys in double digits, the only 2 guys for Tunisia, but Nigeria haven't figured out a way to slow them down. So after those free throws, he moves to 14 points. 5 rebounds. Can they answer back here? Rocco lights it up from the 3. And that's able to just keep them in this game and touching distance as he knocks down their 5th free. Here's the steal. Nice little spin move, hangs in the air, left hand finish. Iwondu. Wes with that lovely bucket. Had the Tunisian defense in a whirlwind in that spin move, and just like that, Nigeria back into this game. This is a good drive, and what's the call? Uchenna Orogbu on the floor has been called for the foul. Just keep an eye on his foul count. Yassine Toumi at the free throw line. It's the friendly roll. (26 years old), playing in University of Seton Hall in America. Body size really, 6'8". So Toumi takes a break, and Bilal Jaziri into the game. Here comes Nigeria. Finds it. Ooh, Mini turns it over. Mishap able to keep it alive. 7 seconds to go. Broken up. 6 on the shot clock to work with. So out of bounds. Cross screen. Well defended. Robo's got to throw something up. Doesn't get it to go. Doesn't hit the rim though, so it should be a shot clock violation. It is. So he will come out. And Ike Urebu comes into the game. Just check how many points Urebu has. He has 2 points. Would expect a little bit more from him, probably in the second half. Here's a quick trigger 3, back of the iron. He gets the rebound. Ike Urebu off to the races, and just like that, he said, "Oh yeah, you need more points from me." There you are. A lovely bucket and 1. Okay, I hear you loud and clear. I called for him, and he answers. Goes to the line for 1. So knocks that free throw down, and he's down 1. Brings it back to a 1-point game. 2 lead changes, 2 ties. Biggest lead for Tunisia was 8 points. The biggest lead that Nigeria had today was 3. So timeout here. Both teams want to talk about it. So it's a 1-point game before halftime.
تملك ما فيها برشا لعب. هي pas de perte de balle. Pas de perte de balle.
Oh, they're the lovely finishers, Tunisia, able to just keep Nigeria off of their backs. Such a close game. Their lead here is only one. Those were Mohamed Nafi's buckets. So, coming up to the last 2 minutes before we head into half-time. See what Nigeria has drawn up. Can they execute here to extend this lead? Little skip through, good patience. Oh, I like that. Jawadi with that bucket. Really good job to let the defense go by. Here's the floater. The ball is batted out. Quick reset. Oh, that's pretty too, isn't it? Iwandu with the silky smooth jumper. So no Omar in the game. This is a nice spin move. Overshoots it though. Who comes up with it? And a great job to keep it. Throws it off of Nigerian's defense. Awadi with the bucket and able to, look at this, gets his fingertips on it, floats in the air, and throws it off of Nigeria's defense. So another timeout here. They want to draw something up and make sure they get a good looking basket as they're only up one. Both teams back out onto the floor here. Minute and 23 left of the second quarter. So an out of bounds play. Nearly turned over and it's tipped out of bounds. Veras Lahini couldn't get his hands on it, but it's tapped out of bounds, so they'll reset 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nice little cut. Rice up over the defense, can't get it to go. Nigeria will push. Wide open three, can't get it to go, and really living and dying by the three. Nigeria, I just feel like they can be so dominant. But to be fair, Tunisia in that first quarter was so great around the rim defense. Here's the ball, swang from one side to the other. No, it's stolen. Banu lets one go. There's another three. Can't. Comes up with the rebound. Doesn't foul. And stolen. They're upset. And that's what I'm talking about. You can get that three whenever you want. I just feel like they need to pound it inside and wear Tunisia down. But Tunisia are able to keep Nigeria to one tough shot. Then here they go on the offensive end. 4 seconds to go. drives, quick three trigger. Off the back of the iron, both teams reverting to three. This is a good outlet pass. Can't get it to go. And that will do it. First half is in the bag. It's a 1-point game. Tunisia able to fight that one out with Nigeria putting pressure on their necks. And there it is at halftime. Tunisia 44, Nigeria 43. Both teams not shooting a great clip from the field. Tunisia 52% and Nigeria 41 overall. 2-point percentage 53% for Nigeria, 60. But the 3-point line not kind to Nigeria, 27%. Rebounding game, Nigeria have won that, and no second chance points for Tunisia, only 4 for Nigeria. And what Nigeria have done well though is the points off of those 10 turnovers. They scored 13, Tunisia have only scored 8 of those 10 turnovers. So both teams will head into the locker room. I think this is a crucial, perfect time really, as we see the leading scorers talk about their issues. I think the turnovers, getting better looks at the basket, not settling for threes, especially Nigeria. They're scoring only 27%. Well, here's the second quarter best plays, and we did, didn't we? We went back and forth. We've had 2 lead changes, 2 ties, but ultimately Tunisia have able to just hold off Nigeria in that first half. Remember, they won in overtime in Tunisia back in November. Won by 10, 88-78. So they have a 10-point aggregate. The top 3 teams in this group C will go through. Nigeria trying to find their second win. They're 1 and 2 in this group. Tunisia, on the other hand, are 2 and 1. And you can see why. They have such great moments like that one. That backdoor between Omar and Ferris. They've been outstanding. They just really work together. You can see they've played together for many years. But look at the difference in how Tunisia have been scoring. Where Nigeria, it's a lot of one-on-one. It's typically their style. But overall, for me, as an ex-basketball player, team basketball usually wins that one-on-one version. But, you know, sometimes that all works out. So a big halftime coming as both teams need to discuss and be ready for the second half. So grab yourself a cup of tea, a cool drink, and join me for the second half of action.
On the dribble. It's in the lane and 1.
Radio, moving and scooping, driving in, laying it up. Crowd are loving it. Gonzalo turns it over. Now I go left numbers. Dundao goes up and oh baby, showtime for
Forza Angola. Well, here was the turnover. Get ready. Open up the runway. Mighty Mouse with the diamond. Milton Valent.
And Maddie, nice reverse finish. As Madagascar not going away. And wow! Dundao with a big time shot.
Canute in the lane, ball fake, off the glass for two is good. Wheels, Dills, takes a little dance step, creates the angle, gets the two.
Oh, it's an unnecessary turnover. Adam Musa finds Omar Rabi, but what a block by Kamagum. Jonathan Kamagum just said, not in my house. Get out of here.
Sane from deep. Oh, flanks that one. No box out. And oh, coming in for the rim rocker. Sane. How about this? A dunk from Yambo. Taking no prisoners that time. Good defense from Faye. Oh, nutmeg. Oh, behind the back pass. Oh, a little bit of showtime. Watch this. It goes right through Nyembo's legs. And behind the back. And that was Branco Badio. Branco Badio as a magician.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Where Tunisia has just a 1 point lead over Nigeria. And Ochena Wakabo screams that and one. Has 11 points and is leading Nigeria on the scoring sheet. He's done a good job, especially being strong and aggressive. It's 3 from 5 from the floor and got to the free throw line a few times. And next, he's the only guy in double digits. Wes Iwundu is the second, leading with 8. On the other side, really one of my favorites is Ferras Mahini, 14 points. And really has been an issue where he's able to slash. Look how he scores all these buckets. It's so hard to defend when you're 6'7" and you can move like this. Plays his ball at his home in Tunisia, and I like it. I think you go back to him as much as you can because Nigeria haven't found a way to slow him down. What you need to do if you're Nigeria on the defensive end, you got to put a forearm in his chest and stay in front of him and bump him as much as you can. As he's averaging 13 points and 8 rebounds in this FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. And today he has 14 points and 6 rebounds, so right on target. So their field goes 52%, 60 from the 2-point strike and 40. Not bad percentage in my opinion. Able to stay solid. They were able to withstand Nigeria's push. Had a nice little 5-0 run, Nigeria, to try and get them back into the game. Especially Tunisia started off fantastically, but actually, even though with a great start in the first quarter, they lost that first quarter, excuse me, after the great start, 21-23, Nigeria were able to. Really took them some time, didn't it, to get themselves going. Tunisia did win the second quarter, only by 3, 23-20. I have to remind you, the last time these guys played each other back 8 months ago in the first window in November 2025, it was an overtime game. 88-78, Tunisia were able to win that. Different teams, very different teams, especially for Nigeria, a new coach. They only have one player, Stan Okoye, who has returned from that window. So, and also a very long time, right? In the Afro qualifiers, they don't meet that often, as often as say like a European window. There's a leader on the Tunisian side. So they've got 3 games this window. Both teams, it's a tough arcs. To be able to recover and be fresh and ready. Guinea and Rwanda are in this Group C as well. As Guinea are 3-0. So, like I said, so they play today, and then they play tomorrow, and then they have a day off on Saturday, and then they play on Sunday. You see, that is tough on the body. That's the biggest part. 1, what team can stay healthy. 2, who can recover, who can sleep, you know, eat well, ice down, and bounce right back. Nigeria will have Guinea tomorrow, yep. And Tunisia, Rwanda. Tunisia have already beaten Rwanda 79-66, where Nigeria lost in November to Guinea 55-69. But for me, not the same team, and it's taken them a bit of time, and this is, I think, what people underestimate about the chemistry when you've got a new coach, when you've not got new guys who haven't really played together, where Tunisia, they've got some solid pieces that have played with each other. A guy for Nigeria, Metu, you know, has great experience in Spain with Barcelona and Gran Canaria, has played for in the NBA and the Sacramento Kings. So you want to get him going and try and figure out a way to get your core pieces to figure it out. So anyway, here's the QR code for courtside 8091. This is where you can watch all the games over the weekend. So many exciting ones. Rwanda and Guinea were earlier on. We're here at halftime. It's a 1-point game. I think for both teams, when I look at what they could probably do a little bit better, for me, is second chance points. I think they could really crash the boards. Nigeria only have 4 second chance points, and Tunisia have 0. So Nigeria only have 5 offensive rebounds, Tunisia has 3. So when you can, you know, fight and get those easy baskets, that's really helpful. Okay, well, welcome to the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers here in Angola as we go into the second half as Tunisia have just a 1-point lead and the ball against Nigeria. Nice little fake and pass out into the corner. No, can't get it to go. Nigeria will get their first offense here in the second half and take the lead. Irebu floats in the air. It's fouled in the back. What a silly foul. Great job from Ike to float in the air and hold on. We'll go to the free throw line. That's a guy you definitely want to get hot from the beginning of the second half, and he's going to the free throw line. As a player, that's always nice. He's only got 5 points. He's been to the free throw line 3 times today. He's perfect from the floor. Misses that one, Irebu, but they get that second chance rebound. That's the ones that I was talking about. Can they score on this opportunity? And the ball is lost, but tied up by Nigeria. But Metu is one of the guys I was asking for. So from one side to the other, Omar shrugs off the defense, can't get it to go. Nigeria with the rebound, they push in transition. Metu. Agbada. Nice little pull up, looking for the foul, doesn't get it to go. Gotta be careful there. Ball slipped out, sloppy play from both teams. They took a while to settle in the first quarter. And in the corner, 3, no, misses badly. Irebu claps his hands, he knows he can be better. So a foul. Where's Iwondu just kind of pushing out Omar Abada. So Omar Abada with the ball out of bounds. He was a problem in the first half, wasn't he? They couldn't really stay in front of him. They've got Wes Iwondu on him. If I was him, I wouldn't let him catch it. Asking for 3 seconds, Nigeria. Got to throw up a 3 and offensive foul. They'll plead their case. That Irebu, it looks like, was, let's have a look here, kind of knocked out. Ike Irebu, that's not his first hit today. Got hit earlier on in the game in the kind of shin area. Second foul. Laheni needs to just be careful. He can work with 2 fouls, but when you pick up that third early in this third quarter, it can cause problems. Throws it up, can't get it to go, and a turnover. Akabondu Diego was great in that first quarter. 2 quick early dunks. Can't keep his hands on that one. So drive down. And now you can hear Nigeria's bench counting as they think Tunisia are living in the paint. So you're only allowed 3 seconds in the paint, which is the rectangle, the box underneath the basket. You have to then take your foot out of there, or both feet. You can jump out, jump in, and those 3 seconds reset. It doesn't get called off often, but if you're in there a long time, they sure will call it. Here they go, down the other end, flies down, can't get it to finish, and both teams struggling to score. Only 1 point has been scored this first 3 minutes by Nigeria. I think both teams just need to settle, take a breath. But free throws coming up. Soft touch. And Mabado gets that to go, and that's their second point of this quarter. It's taken them nearly 3 minutes to get their first points. Nigeria's no better. They've only got 1 this quarter. Little step back 3, and there it goes. Ike Erebu. And he says, man, took me long enough. It's a good little hesitation to step back to just gain that little bit of space between him and the defender to rise up and knock that down. Like he's 1 from 6, and that's probably why he was relieved to finally see a bucket, or a 3-point shot, excuse me, to go in. So Ike Irebu moves to 9 points. Tunisia, can they take back the lead here? Looks for a pass down low. Nice cutting and good. Wonderful job. And I talked about it at halftime. How do you defend a guy like Feras? Feras Liheni back to the free throw line and has caused Nigeria. I sound like a broken record, don't I? Constantly moving, cutting. He's so hard to guard because he's never standing still. And that, you know, is a major factor in being a good basketball player. I remember being coached. If you're standing still, it's a problem. You should be relocating, you should be cutting, you should be going to screen, you should be going to the basket. And that's what he does as he knocks down that second free throw. And moves to 16 points and 6 rebounds. So keep an eye on his double-double. Rebel trying to find something. Don't have numbers. Oh, they've left wide open. Good rebound. Nigeria very lucky to get away with that. Their transition defense not that great. And back-to-back threes here for Nigeria as Wes Iwondu adds another triple to take the lead. Here's a steal, and they're going to call it a foul. Great foul in transition. So smart to stop, because that was about to be an easy bucket. Already will put his hand up as Nigeria takes the lead in this third quarter. Okoye trying to come into the game. So what took Nigeria a fair few minutes to get a bucket, they finally put 7 points together. Here they go, nice little spin move, rises up, that's a tough shot. Tunisia. Metu with that shot, just can't find it to go, but good tip in. And I also spoke about that at halftime, who's gonna get extra offensive rebounds. And Bashir Ben with the putback, and then Nigeria comes back and answers. Iwandu settles them back into this game. We go from no points to a flurry and back and forth offense from both these teams. This is a nice bump. That's going to be a foul, easy call. Omar Bada, you know what he's about. Always finds a way to get himself to the rim, but not only to, you know, get there to score, he picks up the foul. He's been a problem all day today, where Nigeria haven't found a way, or anyone, to stop him. So Omar Bada with 14 points after that free throw. He's 9 from 12 today. He's got to the free throw line 12 times. The same as his Robin, shall we say. He's the Batman, and Feres Lahini has got there also 12 times as well. So both of them the only 2 players in double digits for Tunisia. Nigeria, this is nice move. And a foul. And Metu with a lovely job there, 6'11", but with great handles. Been a few years, 3 years since he's joined the Nigerian team, since 2023 qualifying tournament. Hasn't really got himself going today. He's got 7 points, 5 rebounds. But still plenty of time in this game to fill it up. So a 2-point game. Tunisia trying to tie things up. This is a nice move, can't get it to go, but tip back in. And another second chance point. This is a great job from Tunisia to stick with it. Here's Nigeria, can they answer right back? No, who gets the ball? Good job from Metu, excuse me, with the soft touch. Metu with the bucket. He moves to 10 points. Tunisia taking their time, probing, trying to find the right person. Here's the drive. Ball is stolen. Good run here. Oh, and slips out of his hands, able to bring it down. This is a nice drive. Oh, should have put it on the backboard, in my opinion. Ochena. And right back down the other end. Just a bit messy basketball. As Metu at a time for, I think, both these teams to catch their breath. No timeouts have happened. And they've just gone back and forth, up and down. You can see that they're on their knees trying to catch their breath. Ahili is at the free throw line, where he's been all afternoon into the evening. A great free throw shooter this window, back in November, 66%. Today, he's 71. But still, he's got there 14 times. Knocked down 10. He's got 19.7 rebounds. We'll keep an eye on him for his double-double. He's caused a lot of problems. I've really enjoyed his style, his aggressiveness, his ability to get to the rim. Can Nigeria answer here? Trying to find a pass. Uchenna tries to find something, and that rattles in. Ulu with the finish. That's a nice bucket and well needed. A little double team forces the ball out. See that nice little fake, then the push out. 3-point goes up and in. And nothing but net, and splashes home for Tunisia to tie it back up again. Pick and roll coming. That's a foul here. We've had 7 ties. 7 times it's tied up today. 5 lead changes. Tomi goes to the free throw line, and Tomi picks up that foul. Just double check Tomi's fouls, because I think they're just starting to add up. Okay, he can afford it. I thought he might have 2 or 3, and he has 1, so all good. As the free throws are knocked down. So Nigeria takes a 2-point lead as we go back and forth here in the third. Coming down to the last 2 minutes. A little hesitation and another foul. Tunisia been to the free throw line 31 times already today. So Yasin Toumi calmly knocks that one down. Young 25-year-old, 1 from 2. Little double team, ball squirts out. They're able to get it, but now they've got to get it over, and they don't. What wonderful defense from Tunisia to choke Nigeria by the neck on defense and cause a 8-second count. We've got 8 seconds to get it over the halfway line. Causes the turnover. Here they go. Ooh, nice little in and out. Looking for a pass. Winds up the 3 with 4 seconds left. No, ball batted out. And yet again, Tunisia. And a 3 rattles out. And unlucky for Tunisia. Nigeria this time cleaning up the boards. Little hesitation, drives on the baseline, little drop-off pass, throws up the three. Nekawulu able to stretch the floor. Drive down the middle, way too easy, it's blocked. It's cleaned up. Slides to slow things down. And he's hit one already. Don't know if I like that one. Not balanced at all. And so then Tunisia come down the other end. Uchenna, Rugbu upset, saying, how? I had my hands up. You can see the seriousness in his eyes. But Omar Bada back to the free throw line. We've got 55 seconds, both teams over the limit. All the red lights are on under the team name on your screen, so free throws. So if I'm, as that falls in, Nigeria or Tunisia, I'm not settling. I am being strong, I'm being physical, I'm getting to the rim, cause and force the referees to call a foul so you can go back to the free throw line as Omar knocks that one down. So Diff will come in, Yusuf Diff will give Omar Abada a quick breather, a 52-second breather, ready for the fourth. Rebu is fouled. Aiki Rebu is going to the free throw line. Mokhtar, one of their veteran pieces, is asking the question. Gets that one to fall as he moves to 10 points. It's been a long time, 5 years since he's put the Nigerian jersey back on. Goes 1 from 2. Throws it up and jams it in. Terrible transition defense from Nigeria, where Tumi is able to be wide open and brings the game within 1. They have to match up better, Nigeria. Now they fall into a zone. Let's see what zone it is. A 2-3 or 1-2-2. And forcing them to shoot threes, and they do. And they get the rebound. Tunisia on the run. They've got 6 seconds to work with. Skips through, throws it up. No. And Nigeria has a second. Oh, we can take a breath there as we finish the third quarter. So there it is. Tunisia 63, Nigeria 64. So Tunisia's lowest scoring quarter there, 19 to Nigerians 21. There's the percentages. They dropped to 31%. Actually, both teams at that 30% line at the three-point line. Free throw game, 69% for Tunisia. They're 24 of 35, even though they've got to the free throw line 35 times today, where Nigeria are 13 from 18. That should be our third quarter best plays. We haven't finished the game just yet, so we'll watch these highlights. And what I want to double check is I talked about the second chance points, right? And that has gone up from 0 to 4 for Tunisia from halftime, and 6 for Nigeria. Much better. The turnovers, though, 15 points have come off of Tunisia's 15 turnovers. Both teams were a bit careless in that third quarter, a bit lackadaisical, not looking after the ball those first few minutes, right? It was like 1 to 3, I think. Both teams out of whack, couldn't get themselves going, but both teams settled down. But right there, that was that wide open, probably their easiest bucket Yassin Toumi with the scream, and 24 points in the paint for Tunisia as we get ready for the fourth and final quarter here in Angola for this Group C. Guinea have already won earlier on against Rwanda. And this is a big game because the top 3 go through, which I think both of these teams will. But who gets that second spot, you know? Yes, you want to finish as high as you can. Yes, of course, you want to qualify. But then it crosses over into a group, the second round, excuse me. So Nigeria with the first possession here in the fourth quarter. Can they strike and add to this score? No, they turn it over. It's their 17th turnover today. Toumi. Little Hezi. Moves it on. Nice little fake. Little drop off. This is good basketball, but can't get the finish. Here comes Nigeria down the other end. Slows it down. Toumi wants the one-on-one. Drops it off. Long arcing 3. Nigeria really settled for the threes today. Not a great percentage, 31%, and they're lucky because Tunisia is shooting the same percentage. Charge. Oh, they call it an out one. That's a tough call. Methnani. Look at this. I thought he dropped his shoulder. Maybe a little bit of a flop. But one thing I don't have or qualified for is a grey t-shirt and a whistle to be a referee. So that call has been done. And free throws coming up. As Ike Irebu goes to the bench for Nigeria. And that free throw is made, and we go again. Nigeria down the other end. Tunisia pushing. Looks like a rush shot, trying to get it back in. 6 lead changes. 7 times the lead has been, excuse me, it's been tied. Let's have a look here. 7 times it's been tied up. That's Wes. Wandu is being helped up. Couldn't see him there behind the basket. It's Diff. Getting caught up. Diff is on his 3rd foul. Garda gets the ball back. Here he is. He's got 8 seconds to work with. Drives on the left. Oh, it's tapped out of his hand. They have to set it up. Good block from the defense on. Oh, perfect timing. Excellent job. Akobondu Iergo. We've seen 2 of those slams in the first half. Now, another one. He's just his own little highlight reel, that's for sure. He's got 6 points and ties the game up yet again. We're under 8 minutes. Little step back. No. Front of the iron. Good defense. Egada. No crossover. Skips through the paint and they've called a foul. Caleb Egada doing a lovely job, especially when Ike Irebu is out of the game and he comes in as their backup point guard. He is a player that was with the team 8 months ago in their last window in November, so he'll remember that overtime loss against Tunisia in Tunisia and will be wanting to get this dub. So they'll just fix the net. for Caleb's free throws. So knocks his free throws down. So we're back to a 2-point game. We're going back and forth here in this fourth quarter. It's going to be all the little things. Nice little baseline drive, little pop off, pass, can't get it to go. And Nigeria, lovely ball handling skills. They come down, decide to slow things down as Wes Iwondu gives it back. Trying to find something. Agada with the missed shot, maybe some subs need to come in now, get your starters back onto the floor. Little crossover. 10 seconds on the clock. Omar Abade looks up at the clock. He knows what he's got. Nice over the head pass. No, but gets a rebound, kicks it back out, resets for the three. This is going to be huge. Punches the air. And boy, he's had a bunch of those for Tunisia. The way he shoots the high arcing three, Omar Abada has so much confidence. Can they answer back? No, the rebound. Here he is again. He's been a problem all day. They swing it from one side. Down low. Here he is. Patience was broken up. Careless with the ball, but stolen back. Abada calls for the screen. He's got 3 seconds, tries to shoot it and gets fouled. What a smart move. Okoye upset, but look at this. He had nowhere to go, but just that fake. It's the right call. And he's upset, but so intelligent. The IQ of Omar Abada is elite. And you can see all three players hands on their knees as they just try, and the fourth actually, to just catch their breath. Some random science that I read about, you know, when I was younger, coaches told us off and we couldn't put our hands on our knees, you know, to catch our breath. But the science around it now is you get the most rest and breath back when your hands are on your knees. So it's not really frowned upon anymore. So knocks down the free throw. Moves his team back in front. 71-68 as we have 5 minutes and 45 to play. Three-point game. Can Nigeria chip back into this? Irebu is back into the game. Just wondering how long he would be on the bench. Moves it, baseline jumper, no, good rebound, and a foul. Akabondu, Diego, let's have a look, yeah. Reaches out. So out of bounds, 14 seconds. Ooh, that's very fortunate. Keep that in bounds. Tunisia will bring the ball up. Omar Abanda over to the other side. Methnani drives, little dump off pass. Big fella can't keep a hold on it. So here comes Nigeria. Ike. Rebu over to the corner three. Still can't be put back in. And living and dying by the 3-point shot right now. Nigeria are 9 from 32. They're 28%. And from the 2-point strike, they're 13 from 28. 46%. That's a higher percentage. Anyway, here's Tunisia. 2 seconds on the clock. Winds it down. They lose the ball. Down the other end just as quick, and a foul has been called. Saiki Rebu does the right thing, drives down the other end, is fouled, takes out our cameraman as well. Lahini, Feras Lahini back into the game as he's been such a bright spark for Tunisia. Leads them in scoring with Omar, 19 points for him and 7 rebounds. Zirebu knocks that free throw down. He moves to 11 points. It's 2 from 2 from the line. So crucial 4 minutes 20 here. Tunisia taking their time, trying to probe, find the right pass and move. Here's the drive, little fake, and a foul. Feras goes back to the line again. Feras. Today. So timeout here. Both teams want to talk about it. I think for Nigeria is how do you stop Lahini, who's been excellent, honestly. The amount of times that he's driven, got himself to the free throw line. He's got 19 and 7. He's been to the free throw line 14 times.
It's just a low side ball screen, right? This guy's coming up, he's flashing. He's hitting here, he's diving to the back. We aware of that? Okay? That's what shake is. If we say shake, that's what that is. Everybody knows what ghost is. Are we aware what ghost is, all right? All it is. Ball's here, big, wing player. We're setting this pick and roll, but as that is happening, this guy's looping underneath. Idea is for you to try to get this up all the way here, big has to roll. That makes sense? All right? We got to listen. No, go.
Hey, we in the bonus too. Put pressure on the rim, don't settle. Okay, and take care of the ball while we do it.
Listen, we are going to ghost. We're going to ghost this time.
Hey, wall up, man. God damn it, wall up.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Nice job.
Come on,
Let's
go.
go.
Shit.
Nightcap
Jumping and shit.
is the call.
Block it to the fucking stand.
Assistant
Wall up.
coach drew up their play. As Perez goes to the free throw line. His 15th and 16th free throw today. Moves to 20 points. Knocks them both down. Cool, calm and collective. There it is. 21 points, 7 rebounds. Nigeria need to answer here. Nice little drive. Wonderful finish. Uchene Rugabu has been excellent today. He was the leading scorer, wasn't he, in the first half? He had his score. Tunisia trying to keep this lead. No, that looks off. It is. Big rebound from Ike as he comes down. This could be huge. It is. And they've struggled from the 3, but they have not given up on it as Metu takes the lead back to 2. Down low. Qualifiers over. And the slap down. And Ike Irebu is screaming, saying, "That's me," because Uchene, number 2 there, has, let's double check his foul count. He's got 4 personal fouls. It's a nice teammate, isn't it? Try and take his fouls. So he's got 4 fouls. So Uchene needs to be careful. It's only got 1 more to give. 5 fouls in total as each individual player. And once you hit those 5 fouls, you're out the game. But both teams, with these fouls, been adding up as the whistle's been called. I think Tunisia went over the line too fast. Now, for this next 3 minutes and 9 seconds, there's going to be a lot of free throws. It's going to take, as Bashir comes into the game, it's going to take a long time for this 3 minutes 9 to be done. So Bashir Benahi into the game. Trying to find something to go, gets it back. Trying to get it to go, but stolen. He's upset. They've got numbers 3 on. Oh, they've overthrown it. Stolen back, and what a missed opportunity to tie it up. And sometimes when you're too flashy, it doesn't work out. You just need to score the layup, boys. Here comes a big 3, and just like that, when it was supposed to be tied up, Nigeria add insult to injury. It's a 5-point game. Look at this, how it can change so quickly. Lovely 3-pointer. Ike Irebu puts his team up 73-78. Timeout, Tunisia. They need to talk about it. Gotta give it to Nigeria. I've been kind of giving them a hard time, saying they could get to the basket whenever they want. You know, they're shooting just under 50% from around the rim, but they've stuck with the 3-point shot. They're 11 from 34, shooting 32%. And it's taken them from, you know, down by 2 with a shift. And now up by 5, and really it should have been a tie game there. The 3-on-1 Tunisia. And they try and go for the flash shot. Here's the 3, and they answer back. Golly. Nobody has really had a full 2-hand grip on this game. We've had 9 lead changes. Nice little Dokroff pass. Natu kicks it back out. Now he's in the corner, has to throw it up with seconds on the clock. What a massive 3 from Metu. The time is running out. And a big rebound and a foul. And Metu soars in the air. And free throws will be coming as Tunisia are over the limit. Big quarter here from Nigeria. They're winning this 17-13. So So buries that first one. So Metu, little silent 16 points. 17 with that one free throw, excuse me, and 6 rebounds. So now Tunisia, time is not their friend, but that's a quick bucket. That's what you want. They're calling for a full court press just to slow down Nigeria. Oh, and it's stolen away. What a mistake from Nigeria. Turn around, circus shot, tips in, but can't get it to go. And Nigeria very fortunate there. Big mistake and a foul, and free throws are coming to choke it up. And Tunisia not to take full advantage of that turnover. Gosh. And when they look back at this game for Tunisia, it will be their ability to make Nigeria pay. They've turned over Nigeria 19 times, but only scored 11 off of those turnovers, where Nigeria have turned over Tunisia 18 times. So both teams horrible with the ball. That's way too many, but they've scored 20 points. Nigeria have scored 20 points off of those turnovers. That's the game, period. So timeout here, as Nigeria have really managed to put a flurry and lovely job on the offensive end, get some stops. So 6 points, Tunisia want to talk about it. So head coach Mohamed Adel needs to draw up a few things really. You want to draw up multiple plays, offense, defense, offense, try and get yourself back into this game. It's doable. I've seen crazier things happen. 6 points, you know, 2 frees and a stop. They've already turned over Nigeria that one time. Just then, didn't they? But weren't able to score. But really, it's just a couple of plays Tunisia would want to have back. Here's the nice flick out, the offensive rebound. They'll need a few more of those. That's a great job. They've got 8 offensive rebounds today and scored 7 second chance points. As Omar Abada leads them yet again, averaging 19 points for them. So out of bounds, they need to score quickly, get a stop and score again. Can they get it done? And also attack, don't settle. Here's that quick first 3! Woo! There we go. Now a little full court press here. They don't trap. They're going to play solid defense. Here comes the trap. Got to find a pass. They find a pass. 7 on the clock though. A long 3. I hate that play for Metu. What was he doing? He had wide open players. Now you give Tunisia a chance. Ooh, turnover. Massive, massive turnover. Omar Abada will want that one back as a timeout is called. 3-point game. It's about 27 seconds left on the clock as we have a minute timeout. 3-point game, I told you it's doable. I didn't really love that shot from number 10, Metu. He had a wide open pass. You can get the 3 whenever you want. You want to, you know, you're in the lead. You want to keep that lead and have something going to the basket. You have Tunisia in over the limit, foul trouble, and you would get free throws if you're going to the basket. But what do I know? Anyway. Anyway, so timeout here. As 3-point shot. I mean, they've stuck with it, that's for sure. They've able to knock down today 12 3-point shots. They're 12 from 36. You like it or not, they've stuck with it, and it's been kind to them to give them this 3-point lead. Still, I mean, it's a solid percentage, 33%. And it's got them back into the game. So 27 seconds here. They have a little full-court press from Tunisia. And Ike Urebu has the task of looking after the ball. They're in a little zone here, Tunisia. That's a good choice. So, say the ball's inbounds still. Referee points. Just want to double check, yeah. The head coach, Mohamed Adel, is signaled a square with his hand. So if the coach does that signal, it means he wants a coaching review. Look, there he is. Thank you very much. Look at that. So that means the referees can go to the monitor and check, because clearly this is a massive play. Referees have signaled that the ball was off of Tunisia and given it back to Nigeria. And the Tunisian coaching staff do not agree. So let's have a look as we review the challenge. So this is a great shot here. It's a good job. Ooh. Omar Abada kind of sticks up Metu. It's baseline camera. So this is the middle camera. I don't know if that camera got the right angle. That's a difficult angle to see. I think it's the baseline camera, and they stick with their original call. So a 3-point game, 15 seconds. Nigeria just got to get it in bounds. They cannot afford to turn it over. They set up, might do a back screen. No, they do a little curl screen. Oh, they fumbled the ball on the baseline. They're asking for the 5-second count. They don't get it. Dribbles it out, kicks it on, moves it. The friend is their time. And they're asking for the foul. Long three. No, they've got a second left, a hole, and that will do it in the bag. What a hard-fought game from both teams, but Nigeria figure out a way to grind that one out. Boy. So there we have it, the final score, Tunisia 81, Nigeria 84. So Nigeria ended up winning that fourth and final quarter, 20-18, actually won both of those quarter, the third and the fourth. Here's the percentages. For Nigeria, 48%, pretty much very similar across the board from the 2 and the 3-point line. A free throw line though, much better for Nigeria. And here's the rebounding game, equal 39 and 17 assists though. That's a nice number. Both teams, especially that you've got to play tomorrow, you want to clean up that turnover number. Way too many at 19. And that's the game when you look as your leading scorers. And Metu really came out and scored 17, is the biggest stat, excuse me, is the turnovers, right? 19, but Nigeria scores 20 points off of those turnovers, where Tunisia only score 11. So here's our fourth and final quarter best plays. Really a real up and down game. The first half, Tunisia had the momentum, able to fight off Nigeria, but Nigeria isn't going to go anywhere. The type of guys they dug deep. They figured out ways to score, got turnovers. Well, both teams turned it over, didn't they? If you've got a short turnaround and you have to play tomorrow, it's going to be looking after the ball, who can. But the three-point line was kind to them in the second half. They were able to knock down those threes and give them a bit of a lead and a cushion. They knocked down 12 threes in the end. They win the second half. But what a great game. Their first game back in November, where Tunisia won that game by 10. It went into overtime. Today, we were able to get it done in 40 minutes, but barely, as Tunisia knocked down a three and bring the game back within touching distance, but didn't have enough. Omar Abada did a very good job, didn't he? As he had 21 points, along with his friend Feras Lahiri, finished with 21. So they led scoring for Tunisia. And Nigeria dig deep, get it done, and an impressive win, a well-needed win. Both these teams are tied up in this group phase at 2-2. Done and dusted. And the second load of games, Mali, Egypt will be on a little bit later. So make sure you keep up to the games on the court side. Here we go, Guinea 4-0. Tunisia, they are on top of Nigeria because they won that first game in November. That's why they sit second. So, and Guinea and Rwanda played earlier today, 89-69, and that's why Guinea are 4-0, sitting oh so pretty. Rwanda in a lot of trouble. They are 0-4 and will not qualify if they don't get it together. So, there we have it. Thank you for joining me in a really exhilarating, exciting game as both teams went up and down.